So what happens when you stick 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever multiple of cuttings into one cup versus an individual cutting per cup? Now that is the neatest, no nonsense, less trouble in the long run way to do it, is just putting one in and taking care of it that way. But in my situation where I had a whole bunch of cuttings and was growing impatient and out of time and needing the room and space, it only made sense to stick as many as I could in to a single cup. And this particular one has got about 8 in it. And here's the drawback, or the way I look at it, is if I get one cutting out of this, I get the same as if I would have started one and had 100% success. So when you have as many cuttings as you should have off of a decent sized tree, you can sacrifice a few if they end up damaging them out of this one. And well, that's interesting. One of the things, yeah. So let's see just kind of how this turns out. And since there are multiples, there's not a perfect way to grab that. Now, one thing that I found out, that if I would have known I was going to do this today, I would have let this dry out a little bit. Oh, good root structure. The problem is knowing which one it is. Now here's the way I look at it too. And I change my media often, but if you use just cocoa coir, cocoa peat, whatever you want to call it, by itself, and you let it get dry, it falls apart very, very easily. And that's what my preferred method is now, and I think that is what this particular one is. Well, the problem is it's not dry, but it still should come apart pretty easily. Fig roots, as hardy as figs are, they don't like their roots messed with in the beginning, so this can be a little bit tricky with the guys. You see how that broke apart pretty easily? If this was dry, it would almost just fall right off of all the cuttings. All right, I was hoping that guy had some good roots on it. Isn't that beautiful? That's a beautiful cutting right there. So there's one good one. And that one's got a couple of roots on it. That's two. This one's just superb. All those roots on that one. Nice top on it. My humidity in my little Christmas case there was getting a little high. Weather's cooled off here in Vegas, and we got some goofy stuff going on with the weather, trying to freeze on us. Did freeze in a couple parts of town, didn't over at my place. I've been over 400 days without a freeze. And I just felt a tear on that one, whereas if that was dry, and that's all that is just cocoa coir. There's nothing else in there, no perlite. Yeah, I felt a couple of breaks on that one, but both of those, that's nice. That was nice. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All apart. There you go. That's nice. 6, 7, 8. Now, that all looks great. The key is now getting them potted up and getting them to their next stage. But I think that looks pretty good. I like that. Some beautiful cuttings. 8 out of 8 on that one. And now we're going to take and move them into something else. Those are all pretty tall cuttings, so I'm probably going to use clear cups. I also use just some cheap nursery pots that 99-cent store, and you get a pack of 12 of them for 99 cents. These are the most economical thing to do, and I really like that because you can tell the root structure. Just always don't have these on hands, but there you go. Multi-planting into one cup, then transferring them later. This is about 45 days old, by the way, and that's going to do it for this round. Stay tuned.